Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a concept here. This is what I call, and I forgive me if somebody else has come up with this at some other time. I didn't do my homework in that regard, and I apologize. But it's what I call the paradox of connectivity, and what I also call the isolation principle. And let me give you an example of what this is. So social media was this, well, step back even further. The internet was this great communication tool. Social media was this great connectivity tool that allowed a person to connect with anybody, regardless of their geography. And the example I used to always give when I was on the agency side and trying to talk about social media to my clients was, just imagine you're in a book club in 1985. That book club is largely dictated by the geography of where people are. It's essentially in your own city. Social media allows you to have a book club with people around the world. Very simple concept, right? It's I can connect with anybody, anywhere. It makes our world that much smaller. But with it is this idea that, well, hold on a second. While I can connect with everybody and everybody's just one step away from me, I actually choose very specific topics that I'm interested in and that half the people that I'm probably friends with are not interested in. And so you start to isolate yourself, hence the isolation principle, into the various things that you like. And as we all know about Facebook algorithms and AI, it starts to try to personalize that for you. And what's the one thing we learned out of this general election? Is that there's no bigger of a divide in this country than there is today between the right and the liberals. And what caused that? Everybody will probably have read all of those articles that say, oh, Facebook's fake news, the algorithm this, the other thing that. But the reality is we look for and we like and we continue to engage with things that we agree with, not the things that we don't agree with. And so what happens? Oh, he likes that, I'm going to put more of that there. Ooh, he likes that too, I'm going to put more of that there. But there's this other side, this other perspective that is not getting even noticed or even paid attention to. And it's happening to both sides of the equation, and it creates a chasm. So it's the paradox, right? I'm connected to anybody here, but at the same time, I'm going to engage, and I'm going to be more connected to the people that think like me, that act like me, that behave like me, which means my perspective is lost. So I'm isolating myself. Why is this important? Well, as media buyers, if we are losing our jobs to computers from a decisioning standpoint, what else are we losing here? We're losing the nuances of what the audiences are and where they are. And here's the best example I can give you. And I apologize, it goes back to this general election, but this is where this whole thing sort of solidified for me. We know that the white male 18 to 34-year-old person who owns an SUV and lives in, let's just say San Diego County and has 2 kids and a wife and everything that is on FoxNews.com is inherently different than that same person on CNN.com. There's a nuance there, and if you send that wrong message to the Fox News person, or the person on that site, then to the person on the CNN site, you could have a bigger backlash than you could have in terms of performance than ever before. And those are the nuances, and that is very general. I get that. I'm trying to make the point. Those are the nuances that are getting lost because there's semantic differences that computers just don't know how to handle yet. So there's opportunity there, guys. There's absolutely opportunity. Meredith, one of our sponsors, just talked about this. There's a bigger way for us to connect with and understand how to use our brands that we're all representing, how to use media in such a way that we increase the associative value of the placement. Marshall McLuhan said, media is the message, and he's not wrong. If you're associating yourself with Fox News, that says something about you. If you're associating yourself with CNN, that says something about you. Don't forget that.